Hello, and welcome back to Rural Health for You and Everybody. I'm Amber Sorensen, the Marketing Director at the Murray County Medical Center, and I'm here with Betsy Plotz, the dietitian that we have. Hello, Betsy.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great.
How about you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Well, hello. I am Betsy Plotz, and I have been a dietitian for about 16 and a half years. Really, I've had a lot of food and nutrition experience for a good amount of my life. I grew up on a farm with animals and crops and truly worked in quite a variety of food settings, from food service to packing supplements and research, government, school, industry, as well as healthcare. I completed my about 6 years of education to become a dietitian, and through this, as well as my experience and life experiences, I feel that I have become very passionate about living a healthy life, and am excited to help others do the same.
Cool, lots of experience there. So, as you know, March is National Nutrition Month, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. So, just to start off with, can you tell us about the importance of this month and kind of why it's important for everyone to develop those healthy habits?
Yes, so National Nutrition Month is an annual campaign that was created 50 years ago by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It's a great month where we like to highlight nutrition. As far as during the month, everyone is invited to learn about making informed food choices and developing healthful eating and physical activity habits. This year and every year they always have a theme, but this year's theme is Fuel for the Future, which includes eating with sustainability in mind as a way to help nourish ourselves during every phase of life.
Cool. And kind of segueing a bit into that, how do those nutritional needs kind of potentially change during those different segments of life?
So I kind of joked around a little bit with Amber because I could truthfully do a whole podcast on pretty much every age group and what our nutritional needs are. But kind of the short version of that is, our nutritional needs can vary obviously greatly by our age, genetic makeup, and desired health outcome. Recognizing this, I think, is one of those first important things, as some things might be good for one person that might not be the same for another. And so I really think developing an individualized plan is sometimes really the key step in success.
Sounds good, and that's kind of why you're here, right?
Yes.
So kind of going off that a bit, what services are available through MCMC and through you specifically that people can take advantage of when they're wanting to get on that path to a healthier lifestyle?
So I individually meet with patients for nutrition needs of varying capacities. This can be from poor growth to overgrowth, disordered eating, sometimes work with celiac patients, diabetics, obesity, cardiac, kidney disease, among many other health or other reasons. A referral is generally needed from your provider. However, I often will reach out to them too. If you were to reach out to me, I can always get that from them too. I'm very fortunate that I do work with a lot of very amazing providers who do see the value of nutrition in our health management, and so I'm lucky to have them around to help with getting patients to where we need them to be too. So
sounds good. So kind of hypothetically, I guess, if I were to say, Betsy, I want to eat better and maybe eat less candy because, I love candy, how might that process go about for maybe getting that referral, for example?
Yeah, so that one's kind of simple. That might just be a phone call to me, as far as and I do help people out sometimes with those simple things of, hey, how can I eat less candy? And
which is not going to happen. Sorry, Betsy.
And sometimes it's answering some quick phone calls, which I can do, or I could put you into a program base and try to work with you to get some of those behavior changes to help you truly make some of those better choices and recognize the reasons for those choices, such as, improving your health and some of your health outcomes.
That would be ideally good for our listeners. Maybe I'll get there at some point. And how, kind of in this economy, I guess, we are seeing a lot of rising grocery prices, that sort of thing, for a lot of foods, in particular healthy foods, I think. So how might people be able to still make those healthy choices while they're trying to stick to a bit more of a budget, for example?
Yeah, so a lot of times I say trying to, the first step of what does it mean to be healthy when we grocery shop. One of the approaches that I like to take, I guess, would be to kind of shop, on the outside aisles of the store, or fill your cart with mostly those food items that you get from the outside. That is usually where we find the food that's healthier for us. In the inside aisles, that food is generally has higher amounts of sodium, sugar, kind of those unhealthy fats, but then kind of, to go along with that, there definitely are some budget-friendly tips that we can do. That one of those first ones is, when we're going to the store, having a meal plan, a grocery list. I'm sure you often go there and just buy what looks good and sounds good at the moment. So
I know I do.
So it's nice to have a plan, because truly when we can stick to that plan and execute it, we're going to be more financially wise too, and just not spend the extra money on that sugared candy that looks good at the moment, I really do like to buy items that are on sale and in season, and kind of along with that, it might include us needing to be a little bit more flexible or creative in some of our menus or recipe items we have out there. An example might be my recipe might call for some strawberries, and I am not going to spend $6 on strawberries, and so instead I might put an apple in there, which can obviously give us some substitute fairly well, or other fruits or something in that area. So I do think it is, we can buy frozen foods that can be just as nutritious as some of those fresh items, specifically thinking of like some of the vegetables or, berries along that line. And another part I really think is, when I look at our meal, I like to look at and say, well, what's the most expensive part of that meal? And, well, eggs lately, no, but truly the protein is, it's generally the most expensive part of the meal. So if we can look what else we're going to put on the plate, such as adding in vegetables and healthy carbohydrates, things like that, we can help balance out the meal nutritionally, but we can also balance out the meal financially, because those things will help bring down the cost of that meal.
Very good tips there. Stuff I didn't even think about. And kind of just before we wrap up here, do you have anything else to add for our listeners today?
Yeah, I think everyone tries to say, oh, I'll do this next week, tomorrow. Today is truly the day that we should start making those healthy choices. We can always start out with something small, such as saying, I'm going to make water my main beverage choice, and something small like that can honestly make a large impact in your health. So kind of reiterating back to that National Nutrition Month, it's the time to truly look, analyze our diet a little bit and look, what are we doing, what can we do better, fuel yourself with good nutrition for today that you will also have ensure for a good future.
Sounds good. Thank you for being here, Betsy.
Thank you for including me.
And you can get a hold of Betsy and hear more about what she has to say about nutrition by either talking to your provider at the Murray County Medical Center or giving us a call at 507-836-6111. That's 507-836-6111.